Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is Jake Reed's number.
Jacking off in inappropriate places.
Can we? I'm gonna stop even asking. Anyway, today Jake picked some comments out.
Work bathroom.
Yeah, figure. So, wait a minute. We work from home. So...
Well, now it's fine. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you want to get your rocks off in a Walmart bathroom and you do it. I don't know. I didn't work at Walmart, so it was just for the people that do.
So Jake picked out some various comments you guys have left on our different videos over the past month or whatever it's been, and he's going to respond to them, and so will I probably. You get the premise. Here we go.
For some reason, I feel like jacking off in a Red Lobster bathroom is worse than any other.
It's because you're missing the biscuits.
It has more to do with the dip in your hand in the lobster tank, but okay.
Andrew G says, if you could traverse the wormhole at the center of a charged spinning black hole, but didn't know where it would take you, would you do it? Wait, hold on. What's a charged spinning black hole?
I don't know. He's smarter than me, apparently. Just let it ride, man. Just assume this means what you think it means.
Okay.
This means we're traveling somewhere through a wormhole, basically. And would you do it if given the opportunity? Now, with the only caveat being, as long as there's not, like, a time dilation situation, like Interstellar, I think that's probably best, because then everyone you know is dead immediately upon entering the black hole. They're all dead. Without the time dilation, yes, definitely. It's a very sketchy situation, and I may or may not.
I'm gonna go with no. You know why? As far as we know, in the entire universe, there's one place that humans can live, and even then, it's like 70% not livable, and even more than that. I don't trust that where I'm getting spit out on the other side is gonna be very hospitable to me. So no.
You're in a craft that's capable of going into a wormhole, though. That means you were able to travel to the wormhole in the first place.
Sure, but when I get out,
I guess this question implies a lot of criteria. Like, it's not just like you're driving into it in a Buick.
Okay, but even if I get out on the other side, there's probably not anything there to go to. You know what I mean?
Maybe, but why is the wormhole there at all? Is it naturally occurring, or is it space Nazis?
I think it's definitely there because people from the future sent a wormhole so Matthew McConaughey could ditch his daughter.
If you send a wormhole for somebody, Matthew McConaughey's on the short list, though.
He's up there. Also, if you want to contact aliens with, was it Jodie Foster?
It was Jodie Foster. That's too bad. Poor aliens.
Ice Mosrin says, Dear TBR, my girlfriend has really strict and religious parents of the level of hating me for even liking her. They have no idea me and her are dating. Won't say how far we've gotten.
You fucked.
Why would you can tell this person's like in high school because they think they even need to add
they're over 18. It says later.
Oh, well then they're just
That's what I thought too. I thought middle school? Don't do anything. Nope, over 18. Okay, answer changes.
Just so you know, no one else gives a shit if you're getting laid. No one cares. And we had a really close encounter a little bit ago where her parents wanted to see her internet history that allowed them to see the conversation between me and her. Teacher delete browsing history. Come on. They backed down this time because of password lock. If they find out me and her before she can move in with me, both of us are over 18, I fear they'll lock her up like Rapunzel and cut off connection. That's illegal. Though my gut is telling me the next time they ask, they will be more persistent to the point of interrogation. What should we do? Should we make a plan B? If so, what should be the general structure of the plan? Oh my.
He wants me to outline a prison break for his girlfriend. I can't believe you're over 18. Because this problem shouldn't exist for you. Just don't do it. Just take her away. They're done. Done. She's an adult. Done. Take her let her choose the location and then take her there.
Is this a situation? Well, again, over 18. So if you had just said 18, I'd say, well, they could still be in high school, but you said over 18. So
you have the agency to do whatever you want, and they cannot control her.
There's literally nothing.
There's nothing.
Like, if they said, if there's a situation where the parents are like, you can't see him anymore, you're not allowed to leave the house, and they
is she infected with like a disease and only they have the antidote?
Do you think they're literally gonna lock her in a room? Because if that happens, there is no plan B. There's plan call 911 because they just kidnapped a person.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I think you're too worried about the social implications. Just do what you want to do. You're adults. She can do whatever she wants. And if she's not willing to do whatever she wants, then she's a crazy person just like her parents.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, actually, like, just do it. Just do the thing. Whatever it is you want to do. I don't even need to structure a plan. The plan you have in your head right now is the correct one.
I dated someone like this long
Yeah,
time
you
ago,
did.
years ago now. Let me explain. What would happen was, again, she was also over 18. Now she's got to be 26. She's still living with her parents, by the way, which is fine if you live with your parents. I'm not. It's. Let me just put it this way. I don't think it's.
She's living with those parents.
Yes, and I don't think it's for financial reasons. The thing with her was, anytime you wanted to do anything, there'd always be, oh, I can't. I'm going, like, to the store with my mom that day. Like, and, like, again, over 18, the response to that, as it should be, as a normal person, would be, well, don't do that. She can go to the store herself. But there's a wall there, and this is probably just because they've never had... If parents are that strict, it's probably because they've just never had the choice, so they don't realize there is one. So they're like, no, but that's what they said we're doing, so that's what we're doing. And if someone is like that, it's hard to kind of break that mentality.
So you're not fighting against the parents here. It's only her. So just tell her that you should get the fuck out of that situation. And then if she refuses to get out of that situation, you know that you have like this... She's keeping herself hostage if she doesn't allow things to change. The fact that she's over 18 and her browsing history is a thing that comes up, that's wild. So just remove her from that situation. I can't say this any differently. Just do the thing you have in your mind.
Unless you're over 18 and lying that she's over 18.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know why. I got that vibe from this, that maybe...
It could be that she's not over 18. If she's not over 18, then you're going to have to wait that shit out.
No, they said both over 18. I just don't know if I
know. I'm
believe
just
them.
saying, like maybe if you fudge the numbers a little bit there, like, well, she will be over 18.
That sounds like something someone would type. We're being very accusatory of this person. It's just because your story is kind of weird to me. It's because there's holes in it, and I don't understand. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying you definitely don't look at this the way I do, and I don't understand your mindset. If it's a situation where they're, like, paying for her college or something, by the way, and that's why this is an issue and she'll be cut off, then I'm sorry, her college is more important than you. By the way, I'm sorry. I know that probably sounds mean.
Unless she's going for, like, communications.
Yeah.
Or art.
Alessia Supraskaya. Could you guys address the Nibiru conspiracy, belief, whatever you want to call it? Really interested to know what you guys think.
Do you not know what this is?
I feel like I'm about to learn something.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, you've heard it before. It's the Planet X.
Oh, okay, sure.
They call it Nibiru. How is it even a conspiracy theory? It's a conspiracy theory the same way Flat Earth is a conspiracy theory. It's an idiot theory. They say that there's a planet that's basically in a, I guess you could call it an orbital lock, like a mirrored situation with the Earth. Mm-hmm. So it's on the other side of the sun, so we can never see it. And eventually it's going to run into us, which doesn't make sense because it's locked into orbit behind the sun. So even if it did exist, we would have detected it. We have things that are on the other side of this. It's a thing that happens. And also, like, we go around the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could just drop something and be like, oh, we'll just wait half a year, and then the thing will be on the other side of the sun. And like, oh, we could take pictures of Nibiru. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're also in an elliptical orbit, so they'd have to be in a equal and opposite elliptical orbit, which would make no sense.
And on top of that, the gravitational... There's no evidence gravitationally that there's a thing that affects anything on any level like that. For instance, I think if you had a Mars-sized planet, it could be 300 AU away before, which is about the distance to Neptune, before you couldn't really detect the gravitational effects. But they're saying Nibiru is is pretty big. It was bigger than Mars. Earth-sized or bigger, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is bullshit, and I'm surprised that anyone actually thinks this is. Actually, I'm not surprised.
Not only on paper the gravitational stuff, but literally when sending probes and like rovers and stuff out into space, practically speaking, scientists, because they sometimes use other planets and their gravity to slingshot things or to maneuver.
It would affect
So
all of that.
they need to know the gravity of all the objects that are big enough to affect things in the solar system.
Yeah.
There's not a rogue planet. Just like
Not only that, the idea that it can both be rogue and exactly on the other side of the sun at all times are contradictory.
I said rogue. I've never heard anyone.
No. They call it a rogue planet
they?
because it's supposed to smash into us.
Oh, they're just
That doesn't make sense. It can't be on the opposite side of the sun and smash into us.
I think they're
Like,
saying.
how do you think planets work? They don't have like fucking crazy orbits that just like oscillate. You know
I think they're saying the orbit will decay at some point to the extent that it would, but the fact is
But we'd
that
already see it if it decayed to the point that it was going to hit us.
Yes, I agree. The fact that the Earth has been around for however many billions of years and it hasn't happened means it's not going to happen within, if it existed, it wouldn't be happening anytime soon if we can't even detect it.
You could see it descend towards you. Anyways, some people might actually believe this. If you do, first thing, unsubscribe because you're not a skeptic. It's fine. Just get out. It's okay. Go, I don't know. That vegan guy that wants to lick your vagina.
John Sackers.
Go to him. He's crazy enough for you. Or InfoWars. That's fine too. But also people are like, there's pictures of it. No, it's every single picture. I actually had to do like 15 minutes research for this. It sucks. On the Wikipedia, it's filled with links. I went to a bunch of different links, and apparently, people who commonly look at the stars, astronomers and such, they see these things and they're like natural artifacts and pictures like flare and stuff. Like, I hate this. Next.
Marty Slackjaw from The Last Jake Read says, these people who you are insulting might have given money to your Patreon. They may have contributed to your legal fund. You shouldn't insult and patronize them.
Okay, so you have two options here, if that's how you look at it. Number one, I could not patronize people or ever think that someone says something stupid only because they support me, right? Not because of the thing they say, not the merit of their thought or opinion, but just because they support me. Or number two, I'm an asshole? I would rather be an asshole than someone that panders to his audience like they're a bunch of children and like I need my cock sucked all the time. Like 24 hours a day, I need my cock sucked. Please give me money. No, I appreciate anyone that gives us money, but I'm not sucking your dick to do it. I'm not doing it. That's shitty to me. I don't know. It feels dishonest to excuse people's idiocy because they decided to throw me a buck on Patreon. You can be both wrong and kind. Anything to add, bud?
No, you nailed the fuck out of that, actually.
Okay, good. Oh, actually? Fuck you.
Sophia Van Wagoner.
I think it's just Wagner.
That's a weird spelling. I don't like it.
It's probably Von Wagner.
Oh, God. Dear Hugo and Shake, my little sister has recently expressed that she is afraid of going to hell. She is 8 and has been raised in a secular family for her entire life. I don't know how she became aware of such a concept, but I think it was some combination of religious friends and family members. Our grandparents are super Mormon. Also, probably The Simpsons. It may sound silly, but we recently saw a few episodes that dealt with the concept. Oh, sure. I guess my main question is, how should I help release a person at an irrational age of an irrational fear? Also, she does say that believes in God. I assume you mean believes that she believes in God. So as someone who spent most of their childhood as an atheist or actively avoiding church, I have trouble relating to her in that sense.
Very, very easy. Kids, while dumb in the sense that they're ignorant of most things, not dumb that their cognitive abilities, like they don't have the ability to learn and know things, just that they haven't experienced enough things to be considered smart yet. So they do have the ability. Just ask her questions, Leading questions are fine. She's 8 years old. It doesn't matter. But ask her questions like, why do you believe hell is a place? Oh, well, who said that? Oh, well, why do you think that they're correct? Oh, well, why do you think that they're correct and I'm wrong? Oh, well, how about these people that say this? And then you can continue, just Socratic, because she'll figure out for herself that, oh, that's silly. Like the kids here, their their grandparents are very religious. So much so that sometimes the kids will bring back little tidbits of like angels, or well, that person's in heaven now, and so you just ask them questions like, well, why do you believe that? And then like, well, grandma said so. Okay, why do you believe grandma? Because she's grandma, I guess, is the answer. It's very quick, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. Most likely, this is a combination of the grandparents, maybe The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons is a tangential sort of reinforcement that the concept is a thing people believe.
Oh yeah, I think seeing stuff like that in pop culture definitely to a child sees, oh, I see Disney World on TV. Disney World is real. I see people talking about hell on TV, so it must be real.
Sure, yeah. But it's probably her friends at school. It's almost always friends at school that when kids bring home interesting shit to say, like I mentioned a few months back, Boy Human brought back the information that there's a killer clown at his school. There's not. He got a little butthurt by the fact that I was like, there's no evidence for that. But he's over it now, and he realizes there's no evidence for that. You know what I mean? Like, I challenged his belief. He got upset at first because he believed the thing from one of his friends who believes the thing. And then he's fine. Like, it's okay. You can also just tell her she's straight up wrong, but that probably doesn't work. Kids are stubborn, too. So, just tell her, ask her questions on whys. Very simple.
Lazy Man 909. Hey Hugo and Shake, I was wondering if you are selling merch and if you make shirts with Jake's face saying Me Gusta. I'd like to have a shirt that is Jake's face with it saying Me Gusta like he has in the back. It's for my girlfriend. I'd pay top dollar for it, or $19.99.
We're gonna do a shirt sale very soon. It's almost summertime. That's usually when we do them. Summertime and wintertime. Sometimes we'll throw something else in if we have an extra cool design that you guys really like. But if you want a Me Gusta shirt, let me know in the comments, because that's a thing that I've been like. It's a very short-lived TBR specific meme. But if you guys want that, we could probably do that, and I think we could also do a Hugo shirt, which would be fun. I don't know, like maybe something about the tooth, or I don't know.
What's a good idea for a shirt design? Someone come up with a Hugo shirt design, okay?
Yeah, and then we'll have an artist do it up, and we'll get them to you, and I don't know if that's what you want. If you have any other shirt design ideas, that's cool too, because we are in the alpha stage of the shirts right now. So we're looking for designs. We're looking for people to make the designs. If you are an artist and you want your design featured, you could send them to me. They just have to be transparent backgrounds, PNGs. And we can Teespring that up.
And high enough resolution. There's a resolution, like, floor,
and it's got a
basically.
color limit, too, on Teespring. It's like 10 colors or something. But, yeah, so if you're into that, do it up. Because, I don't know, I thought this was interesting. Some people ask for the Me Gusta stuff, and that's... I was trying to let that die, but maybe we'll keep it around. Who knows? It's like a little pet.
As a meme connoisseur, I am frankly ashamed at our fans' lack of ability to let go of a dead meme.
This is my favorite question, by the way, that was asked, this next one.
Is that person's profile picture a dog's asshole circled?
Yeah, it looks like Jesus, though.
Oh, okay. Shane says, what's more important, security or the right to privacy? Are those mutually exclusive? Good question.
Interesting question. So security or the right to privacy. There is a balance in between in the social contract of the government that of the country that we're in. So if you have pure privacy, right, from your government, it does not ensure that you have pure privacy from another government. Does that make sense? Because they have to invade your privacy to provide security from your privacy being given out to other people. Isn't that weird? Yeah. So it's kind of like honestly, to me, I'm not up to no good, and I don't really have anything I'm embarrassed about. Like if you want to, I don't feel like I could be blackmailed because I just haven't done anything so embarrassed about that I would pay money to stop getting out. Like there's just nothing in my life. Some people are like that. You know, some people are like, I really like dog porn. You're upset about that. Okay, whatever. But I don't know. I've never felt like my privacy was safe anyways. I guess I grew up before the internet was really big, but like since AOL has been a thing, no one's even been private like on their own accord. Like Facebook and Twitter, you're sharing information all the time. If someone wanted to do a case study on you, they could very quickly figure you out. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like privacy on the internet is an illusion. I show my face most days on the internet and say the crudest shit ever and give my opinions on all sorts of shit. I have no privacy. The only privacy I really want is inside my house. After I'm outside of my house, and I don't mean like the webcam can't be hacked by Edward Snowden's supervisors. I mean like I just don't want people in my house when I don't want them in my house. I want to be able to be in my house and secure in my house. That's it. That's the only privacy I can really say that I desire because all the other ones are illusions at this point, right?
I think you're talking about a practical. You're talking practically. It doesn't matter because at this point, it is an illusion, which I mostly agree with. I would say at least on principle, though, I think we should strive for as much privacy.
Okay,
as
I
possible.
totally agree with that. On principle, we should strive for as much. There's no way to have it ever again.
No,
and that's even if we stop spying on our nation. You still spill so much information of yourself into the internet. You realize that, right?
Oh, I agree with that.
You'd have to live on top of a mountain in like northern Montana without Wi-Fi to really be like off the grid. And even so, you probably have a social security number. They have your address. They know how much money you make every year. You have taxes. Like, there's no way to not be infiltrated on some level. It's just nothing.
If you use a bank account of any kind to purchase things, whether it be
they have your purchase history,
a debit card, credit card, or even just paper checks, they not only keep track of all your purchases, they have a user profile that they can then sell to other companies and stuff based on that is used to advertise to you. So, but here, as far as government's concerned, I think we obviously need to put some more protections back in place because since 9/11, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. The line needs to be things like warrants. If you want to look at this person's computer, you want to look at their phone, you want to look at anything, you need evidence first. You don't just get to go on little exploratory dig missions, just to try and find something. You need probable cause, and you shouldn't just be getting rubber stamped by judges who are getting 100, warrant requests a day. There needs to be a system in place, Do
you think because of it we're safer? Or do you think it's
No, I don't.
You don't think they've stopped any terrorist activity because of the broad spectrum warrantless searching? Or do you think like it's negligible? Or
I think they've probably caught a couple. I'm sure they've caught some. Sure. I'm not saying they haven't. Right. And I assume they haven't released that because doing so would probably explain how they did it. And
exactly.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I think that the trade-off is not worth it.
What's the trade-off?
The trade-off is just that they have, for instance, all this information the government has, just metadata on people. It's fine right now, but just look, and I'm sure some people in our audience are going to disagree with this. I'm not saying Donald Trump is a fucking Nazi, but already you see someone who's not taking the executive branch seriously, someone who's not happy with opposition, not happy with people disagreeing with him. Let's say he gets access to that and he's like, hey, look for this. Hey, this guy, you got anything on him? And he abuses that. Let's say...
He totally would, too. But also imagine if you're like, I'm a Trump supporter. That's fine, too. Imagine if Anita Sarkeesian was president tomorrow. Do you think she wouldn't use that information to censor people?
Sure. It's just you should never, ever build a weapon that you aren't ready to have your enemy use as well. Period.
Decent. That's a decent argument.
Sure. So
I
don't know.
as far as I guess the importance, I don't know. I don't know what's more important. I think there's a balance to be had. Be as secure as you can while violating as few rights as you can. That's a balance that's subjective all the time. So I don't even know. Like, 'cause I don't know how infiltrated I even am personally. Probably a lot. I mean, just based on how much information I spew out into the internet anyways, I'm not secure. But even say like my mom, she's got a Facebook, not super active on it. She doesn't have a Twitter. I don't think she's ever commented on a video. And imagine she was never on that one video with us, which is hilarious, and you should watch it if you haven't. She's great. She explains memes to us. She's still infiltrated, right? Like her privacy is no less than mine.
I assume you've put more out than her, just because
Sure,
of
but I
tweets
mean
and
like,
stuff,
but I mean like as like a in a pile up. Like if our two piles were next to each other, they'd have basically the same amount of information though, except maybe more of a personality profile on me, right?
Sure, the basic stuff.
They assuming we both got investigated for something. Who knows what it is? For being fucking great. I feel like our information pile outside of just like what's his personality like, I feel like it'd be pretty similar. I don't like our online purchases, our bank accounts, and keep in mind she's like almost 60. Like she's been a person in the American government for almost 60 years. There's just I don't not feel secure here. And people that don't feel secure here are people like I'm giving you an extreme thing, so just bear with me. Like Timothy McVeigh didn't feel secure in the United States. He felt like, if you are familiar with the Ruby Ridge, they call it the massacre. It's not a Ruby. It wasn't a massacre. They feel like it's a violation of rights and religion, and Waco, similar stuff happened. Like that kind of person felt so alienated and so insecure in just living in the U.S. that they had to they took measures. Like if you feel even close to that, like half of that, I don't know how you could live anywhere.
Yeah,
there's no place that really does not survey their people.
I'm just gonna say this is the last thing I have to say about it. If in the United States, I'm talking domestically, I'm not talking about abroad, I'm talking in the United States, if you are day-to-day concerned today you might be killed by a terrorist, and because of that, you would like to crack down on whatever, people's privacy, whatever.
Yeah, that's
you are a fucking... Not only are you an idiot, you are a coward. And I'll give you an example. My own dad, like last year, I don't talk to him anymore. Fuck him. This was like last year during the election too, and I don't remember. There was a theater shooting or something. I don't remember, or some terrorist attack or a mall shooting. I don't remember. But he kept talking about getting a gun. He wants to buy a gun because he's legitimately afraid he's gonna be in the middle of a situation at some point where there's a goddamn person with a gun. And maybe...
Keep in mind, this man lives 15 miles from the nearest town.
Yes, in the middle of fucking nowhere. He doesn't go out and do anything.
Next door to my mom, by the way.
He sits at home every fucking day drinking at night. And he's afraid he's gonna get killed by a goddamn terrorist.
Coward.
He's a fucking coward, by the way, he's not a coward just because of that. He's a coward because he wants to hurt other people because he's afraid. He's willing to hurt other people, their rights, because he wants to afford himself not even real security. It's basically security theater. He wants a little security blanket to hold up and go, oh, look at how safe I made everyone by making sure that, no one has any privacy and no one not white is near me.
You said that, and it's true.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Anyway.
Yeah, my dad's a little similar in that regard. I don't know. Again, I haven't talked to him in longer than you haven't talked to yours, but isn't that weird? We have daddy issues. I think we're gonna be strippers soon.
Okay. Ooh, can we be a duo and we can be Sugar and Spice? Or something like that.
Law and Order?
Okay, we can be Law and Order.
Spicy and meme. Okay, this episode's done. Anyways, my dad's also like that. The story. It doesn't matter. Sure. Episode over. It's done. You can follow Hugo Reloaded. You can follow me at Bible Reloaded. You can ask questions. We won't remember them. And then you can do Patreon, and you can subscribe, and I don't know. Don't be a terrorist.
Also, don't be an asshole who's afraid of terrorists, despite the fact more people die falling out of bed in the United States every year than are killed by terrorists.
I just don't understand the terrorist argument. It just doesn't make sense.
We need to ban all mattresses so people stop dying falling out of bed. We need to ban the movement of mattresses.
Oh, here comes the 2A people.
Fucking pussies.